Hi everyone, this is Margaret, and I'm doing another Avant Garde inspired look for like Runway Avant Garde. And this is also another great possible inspiration for a Halloween look, or even if you want to make up like a cosplay type character. Um, with this kind of technique, you can definitely incorporate a lot of different things using different color schemes. Anyway, so what I am doing is a very pink purpley with a slash of yellow in the eyes. And so even though it's very pinky purple and it looks like kind of like one basic color, there's a lot of layering in this look. And so it's actually a lot harder than it looks. So I wouldn't just try this once. I would definitely practice it a few times before you really actually wear it out or do a photo shoot with it. So anyway, what I'm doing here with Sabine, my model, I'm actually trying to bring out a lot of yellow tones in her skin. And she's got a lot of red and yellow tones, and I'm actually trying to bring out more of the warm yellow tones. And I know this looks like there's a lot of yellow in it, but it really will mellow out once I get everything blended in. Just because I want the yellow that I'm going to use in the eyes to really pop out, and also the pink. I really want the pink to really be pronounced and have a little bit more payout, because when you put it on a little bit more red tone skin tone, it's not as pronounced or diminished. It kind of diminishes a little bit. So I know it sounds kind of crazy, but there's a rhyme to every reason for this. So as you see, I used a silicone base and I used a pretty heavy coverage because this is it's almost kind of like, it has a little bit of a theatrical kind of mask feel to it, but at the same time, it's definitely more fashion runway. And I got this look looking at a lot of avant-garde video footage of Italian fashion weeks. And I really just wanted to do something that kind of evokes that feel of runway that you don't really necessarily wear, every day, and also something of, an inspiration for Halloween, because Halloween sometimes you just don't want to be a specific character and you just want to do something fun. So this is a really great look. So here I'm doing a yellow and I'm using a cream shadow, and I'm going right in the waterline and as well right on the lash line. And you have to be really, really careful about this because this is the color that's going to really pop through the pink. And so I'm taking my fine brush and I'm going to just really, really just make sure I get a nice coating. But I'm going to keep going over it, okay? So now I'm taking this kind of wine color. It has like a brownish burgundy color, and that's going right underneath the yellow. And this is really important because you want this to have the structure for the design. So as you can see how I'm just kind of going right underneath and I'm pulling it into towards the bridge of the nose and I'm pulling it out. So see, I'm taking this neon pink. Now this pink has a lot of reflective, kind of luminescent, metallic kind of vibrancy to it. It's pretty vibrant. And so whatever you can get your hands on, definitely make sure that you get a really good strong pink that has a pop of color. So now I'm taking this straight yellow shadow, it's a powder, and I'm going to go right over that yellow cream that I put just to set it and give it a little bit more payout. Um, okay, so now I'm taking that same um, not brick, I'm sorry, burgundy kind of brown color, and I'm going to go and make like a cut crease. And as you can see, I'm just kind of going right into the corners and bringing it in. And I'm going right along that yellow line. And then I'm going right in the middle crease. And I'm not going all the way in though. I'm just going to go right halfway. So as you can see how now it's really in a real nice depth to the inner crease. Okay, so now I'm taking a softer pink. So not the pink that I put underneath the eyes, underneath the burgundy color, but just a little bit lighter as a highlighter. And I'm going to actually add another layer of a lighter color. So there's a lot of gradation happening with different colors of pinks and purples. So okay, so I'm going to take this vibrant pink as well. And this is a matte pink. And I'm going to go right in the inner lid. And I'm just going to fill in the gap inside the lid. And I'm just going to go right into it and really bring the pop of pink inside the lids. So I'm going to clean the eyes. Make sure that you do a lot of cleaning because this pink stuff flies everywhere. So I'm going to now blend the cut crease and the pink together. So I'm going to go again with a lighter color pink, and this has metallics, and I'm going to go right in the inner part of the upper lid, going along the bridge of the nose, as you can see. See, there's a lot of different, definitely a lot of different aspects to this that are very subtle but are very important. And you have to make sure that when you do this, you have to put it in the areas that are really important, and yet you got to make sure you blend it all together so everything kind of is all cohesive and it creates a nice gradation and really adds more payout to the design. So now, as you can see, I'm just going to go over now with a little bit more yellow. So with this, you really have to keep going over to create more payout and more vibrancy. So first part is just laying down the groundwork, and then now what I'm doing is I'm just building. And that really will be so important to do because you want this to really pop out. And if you want the payout to be really strong, you really have to kind of go through these measures in order to create the best vibrancy. Now you can definitely use more creams, but I kind of mix a lot of the powders. With powders, you really have to keep adding and keep building. With creams, it's a lot more intense, but at the same time, it could be a little bit more challenging. And then you still have to set it with powder. So to me, I like to have a little more control. But whatever works for you. There's no rules to how you can do this. I mean, if you watch this and then you have your own way of doing it, there's definitely no rules to it. So I'm just giving you my version of it. So, but as you can see, I'm just building and just adding, as I'm going along with everything, I'm just adding and redefining, and it just creates more and more payout, and it just gives it more depth, and that is really important that you do this. And so I'm just, as you can see, the yellow is really, really an important factor that you want to create a nice texture that comes through. Now, at the end of the video, you'll see a photograph because most of all my photographs, all my videos, I always take a photo of it, and you can see the print level of it. So that's really important. So see, I just used this lavender highlighting powder. Now, the reason why this lavender, kind of blue lavender color, has a purple blue tinge to it, and it's a metallic. So now I'm going to go over the brow bone area and the inner lid and see how it creates a nice gradation by just adding that on top. And really that's an important aspect and step, but it's very subtle. And so see, now you can see how everything is starting to really create a nice gradation and vibrancy. And so now I'm taking my complexion brush and I'm just blending everything in. So I'm taking that same pinky color, that really intense pink color that I used on the lid, and I'm going to go right into the cheeks, but this I'm going right in the lower sunken area of the cheeks, and I really want this to go right into the hairline and create a nice intensity of the pink, but at the same time you really want to blend it, and that's really, really key. So now I'm taking a highlighting powder, the same color I used, that kind of lavender blue purple color that I used on the brow bone. I'm going to go right underneath the eyes, above the cheekbones, right on the top ledge of the cheekbones, and see how that's merging into everything, and it's just adding some vibrancy. So now I'm taking this dark brown and I'm going to fill in her brows. Now the brows have to have a strength and definition to this design because it really will help create the nice flow, and at the same time it will give it a tightening effect to the design and to the face. So you want to make sure that when you do this, you want to create a nice even balanced brow, and you want to really fill it in and really create a nice even pattern to it. So now I'm taking my mustache brush and I'm just blending it in. So now I'm going to go with that highlighting powder again. And I'm just going to add a little bit more just right underneath the brow bone just to create a little bit more vibrancy. And see, like I said, it's always going back and adding and letting the skin soak in. See, that is the key thing, because when you're using powders, and every face has a little bit of different texture of their own and the natural oils, some people, their skin just eats up color. So you might have to wait and then go back over it. So here I'm putting super black mascara. Now, if you don't have lashes that are very strong, you can definitely put some false lashes. I would use really good lashes on this one, and use a good brand and good quality. But you want to use something that has really good support, because this definitely will add to the payout and to the whole look of this. And I'm going to go right underneath. And using a black mascara really does create a nice support to this look. So now, if you like my techniques and you want to learn how to become a makeup artist, or you want to learn how to do makeup like a pro, I have an online training, or you can come in and do a blended training and go to www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. You can also do a portfolio building workshop if you are interested in building a portfolio. So definitely check it out, www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. And for YouTube subscribers, you will get a discount for your online training. So now I'm using a very shocking pink, electric pink color on the lip, same as I did on the eyes. And this is all kind of pulling together. And definitely make sure that when you're applying this kind of lip color that you do a perfect lip, because one thing is, an uneven lip will definitely ruin the whole look. But see, this is how it's supposed to really come out. It's really a pretty look. Even though you're doing something very shocking like this, it still should leave the face looking beautiful. And when you architect it really well, you will definitely get that for sure. So I'm just doing my last minute blending. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you try this out, perhaps for Halloween, perhaps just going out to a club. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And definitely give me some suggestions. And I'll see you soon. Bye!